Hey y'all, and welcome to the Southern Romantics New Consultant Training Webinar. This is call number 2 in our series. Tonight we are talking about shadowing, who do you know, party planning, and sound bites. Joining us tonight, we have the lovely Anne, who's one of our brand stinking new consultants. She just got her kit on Friday. Woo-hoo! So she took advantage, excuse me, of the amazing kit sale we've got going on that ends in, I'll say about 3 hours. So if you want to get in on this, now's the time. All right, so let's kick this off. Hopefully, if you have sneaked a peek at your box, we're gonna look, no, okay, well, when you open it on Tuesday, you pop the box, you're gonna see this form, and it's called the Soundbites Conversation Guide. And this is amazing. Let me shrink this down a little bit so we can get it all in the frame. Honestly, I say post this in front of wherever you sit to do your work. I would just put it like literally straight in front of my face. Because you're going to reference this a lot. It's basically a script. So if you have any theater background like I do, a script is awesome. It's really easy as a new consultant to kind of stumble over your words. So this will tell you how to kind of talk to your potential hostesses up here, party planning, just quick tips, over-invite, keep refreshments simple, don't go overboard, remind people about the party, tell them it's for women only. Any objections or concerns that you'll get with your hostesses, like, oh, I don't know enough people, my house is too small. That's just an excuse. Here are all the ways to get past that excuse, because more than anything, that excuse is just to cover up for something deeper. So if you can figure out what that deeper issue is, most people are just nervous. They're afraid of what their friends are going to say. They're afraid of being judged, but people are going to judge you anyway. Why not at least have an orgasm while you get judged? Well, it's just what I'm saying. Okay. But over here, on the left-hand side of the page, this is the important stuff. This is why the company is founded. Our mission, why we do what we do, our little soundbite when someone's like, oh, what's Pure Romance? We're an in-home party company, specializing in relationship enhancement products. If they want to go deeper, you can go deeper. Your Pure Romance commercial is something I definitely encourage you to practice. And I would say even when you're just talking to your pets or your family members, just practice saying these words out loud, because the more natural they sound, it's just going to be better. So if you're sitting there like, hi, my name is Megan, and I am a Pure Romance business owner. We hold in-home parties to educate. You know, just get used to saying it. We give you the guidelines. You can add a little bit of flair, but right now I'd just say, just become the best at your commercial. Just practice it. Practice makes perfect. Or practice makes progress, which is what I like to say, because I'm nowhere near perfect, even though I like to pretend to be. So just kind of keeping this close to you and getting used to saying these words out loud as a new consultant, that's important. So I'm going to stop sharing that with you now, and I'm going to close it. The next thing we're going to encourage you to work on is something called the Who Do You Know list. So this is, again, this will be available tonight right after this phone call, and it's amazing. And honestly, Anne, if I feel like I'm hitting a slump, I fill this out because it's going to help me think of new people to harass. So who do you know? Again, I'll shrink this down real quick. I know I've got a crazy thing posting at 9:45 for my sale, so my goal is to get us out by 9:45, just an FYI. This is just you brainstorming 50 to 100 people, and you can't have any double ups. So if your sister likes to save money, but your sister has also lived in a foreign country, too bad, pick someone different. So this is going to get you brainstorming lots of people to talk to about your business. And just remember, everybody you know is going to fall into one of these 4 categories. Someone who's going to shop with you, who's going to book a party, a new team member, or someone who's going to give you a referral. Gee, Anne, I'm really sorry, I can't do any of those things for you. And then you ask, well, do you know anybody who needs a girls' night? And they're going to hopefully hook you up with someone to chat with. So again, do this. I'd say if you're feeling ballsy, give a blank one of these to your friends and see if they'll fill it out. Make sure they put contact information. So now not only do you have the people that you came up with, you have someone that you trust has given you additional names and contact information as well. So that gives you a lot of people to start cold calling. And here's the thing, cold calling, we got to do it. Sucks balls, we got to do it. It happens, but that's how we make money. So every no is a not now. Excuse me, earlier this year I issued what I call a Go for the No challenge, or I ask my girls to get 100 no's. Because the more you hear no and the more you get used to it, the less it actually affects you. And you're not like, oh no, it's me personally, they hate me. No, it's just not a good time for them. So you just kind of put them on the back burner, and then you reach out in a couple of months and maybe it's a better time. I'm going to be coughing like that all night, and I apologize for that. Boom. Next thing we're going to talk about is our party booking script. So what this is about is how to talk to your potential hostesses. Our goal is for you to book 6 parties within your first 60 days. So that's just a little it's a suggestion. So we'll talk about your pop the box, your launch party, and your second launch party. Those are going to be 3 of those 6 parties. And then you just got to come up with 3 more. And the key to this is anyone who can't come to any of your first 3 parties, you just ask them when they want to host their own. The best thing you can do for me, Sally, to help me with my business is host your own party. Would a weekday or a weekend work better for you? And then if they still say no, get new friends. So consider this like planning for the marriage and not the wedding, right? So the wedding is the launch, the marriage is the long term. So we got to think past these first couple launch parties. And that brainstorm list is really going to help you with that. So this script, let me turn off the, don't you hate it when here, let me turn off all the paragraph things. I do that because I'm anal about proofreading. So this is just a simple Word document. So you have like 3 different invites on here. So literally, I know your Pop the Box is on Tuesday. Anyone else that you want to reach out to? Hey, I just started my own business with Pure Romance. I'm really excited. I'm having a Pop the Box party on Tuesday. And I know you already love the products because you were at Tanya's party. It'd mean the world to me if you could be there. If she can't make it, invite her to the launch party. Say, oh, that's fine. Well, I'm actually having an official launch on this day. Can you make it? And then you say, that's cool because I'm having a smaller launch 2 days after. Can you go to that? And if she still says no, that's when you ask her when she's going to book her own damn party. So the purpose of this is you want to get more shows on your calendar in your first 2 months because we want to pay down your cost. We want you to make that money back. We want to get money in your pocket. We want you to start profiting, and you need to practice. This is like a dress rehearsal. That's what I tell everybody. Like, you're allowed to mess up. That's why your first 3 parties, your Pop the Box and your 2 launches, they're going to be with people that you love and trust. They're going to be with your friends. They're going to be nice to you. All right. And what's great is when you start going to strangers, they're not going to know the difference, but you'll have gotten all the nerves out by then. And remember, we're laying a firm foundation for your business. It's easier to keep a train going forward steadily instead of stopping and starting and stopping and starting. Just keeping that momentum going. Having 4-ish parties a month is probably good, but we always book a couple extra in case we get cancellations. So if you, and we'll talk more about the rule of 5s, or 5 is alive. So because when you have 5 to 6 parties in your first 2 months of business, those are going to start duplicating. You're going to start booking parties at parties, and that's going to help you. So if you do all these 5 parties and then you don't book any parties, then you're just going to hit a lull. So if we keep this going, it just sets a good foundation. And then, of course, we're going to reward you for it. So when you start kicking ass, which you will, you're going to get jewelry, you're going to get more inventory, you're going to get recognition on team meetings. Yay! And then here's the script if you're like, oh my God, my friend needs to join me. Because honestly, getting someone to sign up with you in your first 60 days and then you train together, you hold each other accountable, and you both have greater success. So that's always good. Don't be like, oh, I don't know anything, I can't recruit. Nope, I'm going to teach you guys both together. We've already made it easy for you. All you got to do is get the people. Excuse me. So here's the script that you're going to say to new consultants. Boom. How to start introducing the business to your friends. Like, oh my gosh, Sherry, guess what I'm doing? You're going to love it. You need to do it with me. Because your friends trust you. They're not going to think that they're being sold a bill of goods. So that script is going to be available to you as well. All right. Let's see. Shadowing is important. We definitely encourage you guys on any of our consultants, even now, like I want to still shadow people. And what shadowing is just following someone to a party and taking notes. So your goal is just to take notes and learn how to be a better consultant. It's not to do the party. It's not to talk during the party. It's literally just to take notes. So we've got shadowing guidelines that are available to you, and I'm going to show them to you right now. But again, this is something I encourage. I don't care who you shadow, you need to give this to them. Obviously, new in your business, I'd start seeking out, or if you can't figure out who you should shadow, start with me, and then I'll point you in the direction of other people that are doing well with their business. I want you to shadow people who are successful. There's plenty of girls that do this and haven't quite mastered it yet, and it's just the unfortunate truth. So I'd rather you shadow someone who's going to be a good role model and who's doing in their business what you would like to replicate, because learning from them is going to be awesome. So these shadowing guidelines just kind of tell that person, whether they're on our team or not, that you're serious and you know the rules. We've had some horror stories of other consultants from other teams that shadow our girls and cause a scene, start poaching customers. They come like straight from the vet's office where they work, covered in blood, like just kind of not appropriate stuff. So I've started requesting this of anyone that shadows me. I need this signed and hand delivered to me like the night that you shadow. But I also encourage you guys, if they're on our team or not, giving this to the consultant that you're shadowing lets them know that your sponsor has set expectations for you. So it's mostly common sense, but there was an issue enough that it needed to be written down. But I think it just sets a good example too. So, and again, when you start building a team and when you have other people that reach out to you that want to shadow you, this is something that you can just hand to them and be like, listen, I'm more than happy to let you shadow me. I need you to read this over and sign it to me. And I just email this to them before they come to the party. So again, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence by trying to read all that out loud, because it really is pretty basic. This is going to be like that 18th thing I'm going to show you, is the party shadow sheet. Party shadow sheet. So this, my darling, is what you will be taking notes on when you go to shadow at the party. This is kind of just like a guided note-taking experience, because it's easy just to like write things down, everything you see, but you need to start paying attention to certain things, like did she talk with the people as they came? How many people came? Did she have a booking special? What games did she play? Why? When did she time that game? Did she give a specific item as a gift? So just to kind of get your brain start thinking, because it's easy when you've been to a party to be like, oh my God, it was so much fun. But then when you go and you watch a party as a consultant, your brain's working a completely different way. So sometimes it's nice to break down different things that she was showing, any quick one-liners that you thought were funny. Shopping room, because now you'll have access to the shopping room. When you shadow someone, typically they're going to let you sit through their whole entire shopping room process, and you can see how that's working. Because there's a formula to getting a lot of money in the shopping room. So it's nice to pay attention and see what works for people, because if our goal of this is to make you some money, there's a method to the madness. So again, this is something I'd encourage anytime you're going to shadow someone, print out a copy of this and take notes. It is your responsibility to do this. Don't expect your person to do that for you. Be like, oh yeah, here's this. No, because that's not their job. You're the one shadowing. All right. I have more stuff to share with you. Let me make sure. What else am I? Okay. Hostess coaching calls, scripts, and party planning tools. Oh my God. And there's an amazing website that Pure Romance came up with. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick. Party planning. It's partyplanning.pureromance.com, and it is awesome. Oh my God. I wish this existed when I grew up. When I was just a wee babe. Let me see if I can share this with you, because this has a lot of the stuff too that you're going to need. Resources, 40 guests in 40 minutes, party kickoff form, coupons, party details. All the things you have to say. Just live here. Just live on this website and never leave it. This is amazing. I need to go, like, seriously. I just want to build a house in here and read everything. So this gives you timelines and why. It's easy to follow. It tells you everything you need to say in every single phone call you have with your hostess. Oh my God. This is better than any of the crap I'm going to show you on this conference call, because this is brand spanking new. So again, this webinar was created before this website was created. But this website is friggin' awesome. But I'm going to still show you our little handouts, even though they're a little outdated, because if you're a visual person, if whatever, I'm just going to show it to you anyway. Because it's part of my agenda. Hostess coaching calls and scripts. So again, these are pretty basic. It basically tells you what you need to talk about with your hostess every time you call her. And you only need to really call her 3 to 4 times before her party. So it gives you scripts, points to touch on, all that kind of fun stuff. It's literally, this is on the party planning website. It's just a whole lot prettier because look at this old logo. It was like 10 years old. But it's still good information, so I'm going to share it with you. Deal with it. But yeah, that website is on point. I love that damn website. So just live there for a while. This is literally going to be the conference call. It's me like giving you a screen and taking it away. So, because I know you're going to have access to everything. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. The party planning tools are downloadable. Party prep form. Yeah, that's old. There's a newer version of that. I'm not going to share that one with you, but the party planning tools is what I'm going to share with you next because this is awesome. This is downloadable on the party planning website. It's also in Party School, and it's pretty cool. It's 7 pages. So if you like killing trees, feel free to print it out. I love printing front and back, but this is, again, going to give you everything. If you need it, like if you're a checklist girl like I am, this is the stuff I love because it tells you like fill out the party information section on page 2, create a private Facebook event. It walks you through everything you've got to do. So here's how you're going to like find things out, write down her information, what the incentive is. If you're like, everyone who books in June is going to get a between the sheets. Just make sure you remember that or else she's going to be like, I thought I got a free between the sheets. And then you can take notes, which I like. So if you like say I met you at Tanya's party and your party was like a week later, I want to make sure I write notes so I don't show the exact same thing. So I can give you a different experience or else you're going to be like, oh my God, this girl's terribly boring. And then if you have the same friends and they're like, we just saw the same show 2 weeks in a row, why would I want to book a party? So play different games. Maybe once you have a little bit more have more demo items, you can switch out your demo items. I only show like a toy or 2 from each section. I show the same Bath and Beauty line. I might change up the flavors, but I might change up the toys a little bit more frequent. And then keep in mind what your 5 top selling products are, which I thought was really kind of smart. Like I know when I go to some of my girls in Columbia, they love the Just One Touch, which is not my favorite toy, and I wouldn't show it, but all they would do is talk about it and ask about it, and I was never stocked with it. And if I had actually written that down, I could have stocked up and I would have saved money on shipping because I knew I was going to sell a ton of them. Here are the calls with the scripts again. Call 2, call 3, checklist, like are your bags packed? Do you have everything you need? Do you have your open date calendar, business cards? Do you have your products? You'll hear girls who are like, oh no, I forgot all my toys at home. So they do their liquid line demo and then they just talk about the toys or they beg their husbands to come meet them at a party for toys. So making sure you've got all the products you need. If you want to create or download the list of back-ordered items from the COO, they'll let you know what's on back order. So if everybody wants vanilla whipped and you know that's on back order, maybe you can push them to cherry berry sorbet or peaches and cream. Or you can let them know whipped isn't expected until this date, this whatever. And that will help make you more money and keep your customers happy because they get their products right then and there. La, 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 la. This is how you make money. This is how, when you process the orders on the COO and enter them in, which is our little way of doing data entry. And we're actually getting an app for iPads that'll make it easier to do at the party instead of going home with your papers and putting it in that way. So we're catching up with technology. So that walks you through that. All right, that's 7 pages of awesome. Let's talk about the party profit sheet. This again, we've got an app for this now. It's called, it's on the COO app that you can download. Have you found that yet? Or no? Okay, cool. So if you go to parties, then you can enter in your parties, but it'll also, you can go like sitting in your car after your party and be like, I collected $500 in sales. I gave away $50 in free product. And then it'll be like, and you just made this much money. And you're going to be like, yeah. And then you can do that after every party. And then it tells you at the end of the month, like, bitch, look how much money you made. And then you'll see like last month's profit. So now when we move into July, it'll be like last month's profit was $800, and you're going to be like, this month is going to be $9, right? And you're going to totally best it. We've noticed, well, I say, we, meaning corporate, noticed that a lot of women were getting out of the business because they couldn't see the money that they were earning. It all went into their account, but then somehow they all spent it. They couldn't figure out how much was going back to corporate versus how much they got to keep in sales and shipping and tax. So this app has really helped narrowing it down, being like, hey, you're at a 40% buying discount, and then you get a promotion. You're like, no, I'm at a 45. This is how much money I make now. And when we get this app on the iPad, that's really going to help with that too, because it'll kind of tell you how much discounts you're giving. It's just awesome. So if you're old school and you want it in paper form, don't worry, we got something for you. So it's called the Party Profit Sheet. You can just print one of these out. It's just one page. You can do it all by hand. I actually do mine on an Excel spreadsheet. But it's pretty much the same exact thing, like cost of door prizes. We say every customer costs like about $1 for a bag and a catalog and a pen. So that's, it counts everything, which is nice. And then you can play with that. It's not really exciting, but it's good to know how much money you're making. Okay, what else do I want to talk to you about? So we talked about Hostess coaching. It's going to make the difference. Oh my God, it makes the biggest difference between having a $200 party and a $700 party. So stay in contact with your lovely hostess. She is your business partner. Downloading the app. How to enter parties in the COO. If you're doing that from your handy dandy computer, it's going to look like this. So when you log into the COO, this is the screen that you're going to see. And then if you go right here to my business, my parties, it'll populate all the parties that you have coming up. Here they are. I'm not going to stay too much on this screen because it gives everybody's information. And I don't want people on YouTube knowing all my people's stuff, so I'm going to get off that. But basically, you can go straight into that party and do ordering, but that's where you can find it. And I would just suggest maybe do a test party, or we can practice after your Pop the Box on Tuesday. We can get that set up. You can get that set up as a party right now, because as soon as you get 3 parties entered into the COO, you're going to be eligible for that inventory credit program as soon as you activate. And all you got to do is put them in. You don't even have to enter in what they've ordered. You just have to physically create the parties, which is pretty sweet. But that, again, it's going to make such a difference in your customer service when Sally 3 months down the line is out of coochie and she calls you, or you reach out to her and she's like, oh my God, yeah, I need coochie, but I can't remember what scent I got. Then it's just going to be on her permanent record, and you can pull that up and it'll be like, love story. She wanted love story. And you can be like, oh my gosh, Sally, you had the love story. It's amazing. Do you want a refill of that today? And she's going to be like, oh my gosh, how did you remember? And you're going to be like, oh, I'm just that good. Just that good. And she's going to believe it. So I know that you sit behind a computer all day, but just keep playing on the computer. It's so much fun. All right, what else do I have to talk to you about in the next 14 minutes? A lot. I got a lot. Oh, 100 ways to book parties. Again, not going to spend a ton of time on this because you can read. This, again, is a little bit old school, but it works. I have lots of girls who never do anything with their business. They definitely don't come to trainings. They don't come to webinars, but they tell me they've done everything and they still can't get parties booked. And I'm like, everything? Because this sheet has 100 ways to book parties. And I know in 5 years, I haven't done a 5th of them. So if these girls 3 weeks in the business have done everything and they still can't get parties booked, man, I commend them. That's a lot of hard work for 3 weeks. So if you feel, and this is what I recommend as a new consultant, if you don't feel like you're comfortable booking parties at parties, or you're not booking as many parties as you'd like, pick 2 of these, try them both out for a month, keep whatever works, switch out whatever doesn't. because you have 100 different ways on here to book parties. So I don't ever want anyone telling you, this is like my biggest pet peeve. Don't ever be like, oh, Megan, I've tried everything, because I'm just going to call bullshit. I'm going to call hardcore bullshit and be like, really? Really? Because I love you guys, but I'm not your mom. You either want it or you don't. You're either going to work for it or you don't, and that's fine. Whatever you do is totally up to you. Just don't give me excuses, because if I've never seen you at a meeting, if I've never seen you on a webinar, I'm not buying it. Because I can tell. So we've got this rule, and it's unofficial, but it seems to work. And we like things that are like alliterative. Is that even a word? Alliterate, like rhyme. I know like alliterate means like F, everything starts with the same letter. Acronyms, I don't know, words. We call it 5 is alive. And the 3 things that are good to remember is that 5 parties on your books are going to keep your business alive. So literally, as soon as we have our pop the box on Tuesday, you need to book another party, so you're going to have 5, right? So the minute you have a party, your goal is to book another party to replace it. If you go through all 5 parties, like we said earlier, and you don't book any, then we're screwed. Then we got to start the train all over again. But if we're constantly adding a party to replace the parties we're having, we're good to go. The other one is meeting 5 new contacts a day, especially as you're a new consultant. I know that sounds hard, but like everybody in a 5-foot radius needs to know what you do, which is point number 3. So 5 new people a day, 5-foot radius, 5 parties always on your book. So when you're pumping gas, yeah, that person on the other side of the pump needs to know what you do for a living. We're going to have a conversation about it. When you go, don't go to the drive-thru at the bank. Don't go to the ATM. Go into your bank and talk to your teller. When you're at Starbucks, talk to your barista, pay them a compliment. I suggest goodie bags. Keep them really simple. Just go get some dollar store goodie bags, candy that won't melt, a business card, and make a little coupon. There's a little flyer that I'm going to show you that you can like size down to fit in a goodie bag. And I would just recommend handing them out to 5 people a day. One of our top earners does this, where she, makes these every single month. And her rule is she cannot put them down until she's given them out. So if she's ordering her coffee, if she's doing her grocery shopping, she's got them physically in her hand. So she has to give them out, and then she can use this hand. That's crazy, but it makes a lot of sense. So let me pull out this flyer. This flyer was created by Dana Barish, who's one of our leaders up in Maryland, DC area, and she's killing it. So basically, if Dana Barish tells you to jump, you ask, how high? If she says this flyer works, then you steal it and you give it to your team. So this right now is printed 2 to a page on an 8x11. You could size it down, do it front and back, maybe stick it on a quarter of a page. But it's just a little bit about peer romance, nothing crazy. And then you're going to put your contact info down here and whatever your special is. Book a party in the next 6 weeks and get 15% hostess credit instead of 10. Or you could just say a free shopping spree, because everybody goes crazy for that. Because sometimes the percentages confuse people. They don't get it. They want actual numbers associated with it, which I totally respect, because I'm that way too. I'm like, I don't know what 10% means. I can mean $10. I can mean $100. I want it to be $100. So this is handy, and this is, again, going to be available to you. So 5 is alive. Focus on, I'm just trying to think, do you guys have, I have homework for you. So I would recommend keeping it simple, candy that won't melt, but make some goodie bags. Take a picture of them, post them on our team page, and start giving them out. And one of the rules that I always have my notebook with me. It's over there right now. But if I give out a business card, then I make sure I get a business card. So if I'm meeting a new person, I try to capture their information. Because you can give your business card out all damn day, and they're never going to call you, ever. So it's good for them to have your business card, but it's really good for you to have their contact information, because you'll be like, oh my God, I met this girl at the gas station. She was so excited. She totally said she's going to book a party. And I'm like, great. And then you're waiting for 8 years for her to call you. So you need to follow up with her and be like, oh my God, Mary Jo at the gas station. How much fun was it while we were pumping gas and talking about life? You really deserve a girls' night. I saw those tiny kid stickers all over the back of your car. I can tell that you're a super mom. We need to get you a girls' night. So if you can follow up with her, and I love making notes. I take so many notes on people. I'm sure people think I'm stalking them. But if I meet someone, then I like get their information. I run to the car and I write down everything I can remember. Blue eyes, green shirt, 3 kids, no wedding rings, right? Like I write down everything, and then I'll be like, oh my gosh, how was your kid's soccer practice? Oh yeah. And they're like, how do you know these things? I just pay attention. That's awesome. So give a card, get a card. Yeah. And then keep working on your customer, what is it? Your pure romance commercial, the things you're going to say to people. That's your homework. Practice saying things out loud. Downloading the app, entering your first 3 parties into the COO. All the kind of stuff Party School is going to tell you to do is the same homework that I'm going to tell you to do. So that's what these webinars are designed for, to hopefully complement Party School. And with that, I'm going to unmute your face, and we can open it up for Q&A.
Hi.
Hey, girl. What kind of questions do you have?
Hey, totally unrelated, but the Square, I know that you had said in either a webinar or something that I'd seen, go get a separate account for tax purposes and all that nonsense. And then you link them together.
Yep.
I kind of already signed up, but I didn't link the account because I thought, yeah, I know she said that. So
Yeah, make sure you link it. So when you take your swipes, then it goes to the right account.
That is the bomb.
Right?
Yeah.
And the money's there like within the next business day or 2.
Really? And how much does each swipe usually cost?
I think it's 2.75%.
Yeah.
It's more if you have to manually enter it. But I love Square because you can send invoices from it too, and it just charges the same amount as like a per swipe fee thing.
Good. I'm trying to find the notes that I've been taking going through all of these things. Is there anything else that I'm going to need to have other, like your tablecloth? Is there at some point I need to start ordering pens or the little foils? And
so you'll get some foil packs in your kit.
okay.
Yay! And pens, seriously, just Dollar Tree it right now. You don't need to, the thing, like, this is the biggest, not the biggest mistake, but the biggest misconception is you have to spend a lot of money right out of the gate, and you don't. Go to Dollar Tree, get some cheap-ass pens.
Okay.
Or you could complete your Mission Possibles, which are some of the texts I'm going to be sending you, and you get a bag of office supplies from me. Your tablecloth is one of the things you get when you activate, but honestly, they've been on back order since January, so I'm going to talk to you guys about that tomorrow and figure out what the hell I can do instead of get you guys tablecloths, because I owe like 20 women tablecloths. I don't know when the hell they're coming back in stock.
Okay.
And it's very frustrating because I want to make sure I'm rewarding you guys with the things I said I would.
All right. Plus, if they also want us to be the same, we probably have to have it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I first started, I couldn't make sense of spending $20 on a tablecloth, so I just went to Party City. Or you could just go get a black sheet, like a twin-size sheet, and you're good to go.
Right. I don't really think I had anything else. I've got all of these notebooks and calendars and no, I think I'm good. I work with a girl that takes belly dancing up in Spartanburg, and they do a lot of shows. And I said, you really need to get me in there. So I'll start bothering her really hot and heavy this week.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. They go do all of these silly different events in the, Greenville, Spartanburg, wherever. So it'll be cool. We'll get them involved.
I like it. Let's do it. We'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
No, just really excited. I wanted to get more of the training done. I don't think I got much. I think I got into where you could start launching the different things and watching them, but my phone isn't very good at that. So.
Okay. Well, and just remember, pace yourself. I mean, and I'm the biggest hypocrite to say that because I had nothing to do when I first bought my kit. So I just parked myself in front of the computer and I had bruises on my butt because I just didn't move all day. And I watched everything and I clicked every rabbit hole I could go down. And it's great to get the information, but it can be a little overwhelming. So I would just say, like, spend an hour, 30 minutes to an hour a day if you can. It sounds like a lot, but it's your first 60 days of any job is going to be training.
Right.
And the ropes. So if you just commit to doing that now, like I wouldn't even say every day, 30 minutes to an hour, like 3 times a week, to just figuring out what you don't know, we good.
Yeah, I was excited looking at some of the different products that I either didn't know were carried or must have slept through that part of your presentation. Sorry. and I kind of giggled the vanilla bondage thing and the swings and all that. I thought, good heavens, I missed that part.
That's
yeah,
okay.
It's going to be fun. Very fun.
Heck yeah. We're going to have a blast with this. Yay.
Good.
Well, what other questions do you have?
I mean, honestly, I don't think I have much of any right now. I mean,
Okay.
I know as I get them, I will keep track of them so that I don't inundate you with text and messages, and I will respect your hours.
That's fine. Well, we have Team Tuesday every Tuesday, and that's what I was explaining to Sarah is
Okay.
if you just make a list of questions and just throw it on that thread, then I'll just answer them all in one place. And that way, if someone has the same question, it benefits everybody.
Oh, good.
I'm trying to get better at like automating things this year.
Did you not last year? Or had you
Not
not in
with
the past?
automation. I just was like, this year it's more like, here are the resources. When someone asks like, how do I activate? Well, did you do party school? Right? And like I just kept answering the same question for 20 odd women. Like, or we could just do Team Tuesday and I answer that question for everybody. Awesome. Well, if you don't have any other questions, then we can hop off of here and you can go watch Game of Thrones.
It's on.
Oh, are you already? Oh, you're multitasking. I love it.
No, I'm not. I'm not watching it.
Okay, well, go start it over. And then don't tell me anything that happens.
Not a word.
All right, darling. Well, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow at our meeting.
Absolutely.
Have a great night.
Me too.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Annie.
Bye, girl.